Hey everybody, Keith Pilson with the Schmidt Music Trombone Shop, back with another mouthpiece review for you. And today I want to take a look at another one of the Pickett mouthpieces. We've talked about the Pickett mouthpieces before and how they've been a mainstay in the trumpet world and are starting really to gain some notoriety on the trombone side as well here. So we have had these mouthpieces in, and I've had a chance to do a couple of reviews, but I realized that I've not done any of their small shank mouthpieces. So I wanted to take a look at one of these today on small bore tenor, in particular the 6M. So this has got a 6 cup width, which is semi-equivalent to a Bach 6.5 AL, just a touch bigger, but in the ballpark there. And so I'm going to be comparing that actually against a Bach 6.5 AL. I'm going to be playing all of this on a King 3B today. So take a listen, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So, like we've mentioned before, Pickett mouthpieces are handcrafted in Kentucky, started by Peter Pickett, and they are, have so many of the hallmarks of the custom mouthpieces that we see. There's a lot of time and attention and detail spent with not only the creation of the mouthpieces, but just as importantly, if not really more importantly, the time spent with the design, the acoustics, how they play, who they're using for input, all of this. And the Picketts, for a lot of really great reasons, are getting a lot of attention for all of these different reasons. So this, again, is the 6M. So their 6 cup width, again, is just a little bit bigger than the Bach, like 6.5, for example. So the 6.5 is looking at around like a 25.4 millimeter. The Pickett 6 is a 25.75. So really, in a certain way, almost getting more like a 5G in a certain respect there. But it didn't feel too big on my mouth. Actually, it had just a little bit more room than my 6.5, like I would expect. And that was okay, actually. I've been leaning a little bit more towards bigger mouthpieces as of late, the last handful of weeks. And so this has been matching up really well. Now, this has got the M cup. So with the small shank mouthpieces, they have 3 different cup depths. They've got S for a shallow cup, the medium depth, and then they have the deep cup as well. And, of course, with the Picketts, they do have... You can get them as one piece, but a lot of folks do like them as the 2-piece setup. So this particular one has got the 6CS rim on it, so designed for small shank, and it's the C rim, which is a little bit more of the contoured rim, a little bit more Bach style, versus the R, which is more of the rounded rim there. So what I found right away with this mouthpiece when I played is it had real stability. I felt like when I went to play, especially everything in the middle register, getting up above the staff, everything slotted really nicely. It was secure. I felt like everything was exactly where it was supposed to be. The Picketts always have a little bit different sound for me. There's a depth to the sound. I guess maybe I'd say a stability with the sound there. With the Bach, I find there's a liveliness. When I push it, it can get a little bit edgy. It can, I don't know if I want to say float a little bit, but with this, the sound felt very, I don't know if I'd say compact, but very solid. I felt like they had the chorus sound kind of going right to the edge of the sound, and it felt very, very stable. One of the things I noticed with this, in comparison with my Bach 6.5, is that it tended to run a little bit on the flat side. I had to push in my tuning slide a little bit to sit where everything is. Now, what is causing that? Well, it's really hard to say. I think there could be a number of different things with it, but I found in general I had to make sure I was sitting right in the center of the pitch at the very least. The other thing I did find is as I was getting towards the upper register, getting up towards B flat above the staff and beyond, it did push for me a little bit. I felt like I was not getting necessarily the clarity and sound I was maybe looking for, and I felt like I had to push a little bit more, but I suspect that's as much as anything else just how I play. And so I think for other players, depending on your air approach, I think that stability that I found with these mouthpieces would continue all the way up through the entire register of the mouthpiece here. So I hope you enjoyed the review of it. Hopefully you enjoyed getting a chance to hear the 6M in action. If you have any thoughts or questions about what you heard, please feel free to leave those in the comments. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please consider subscribing to the channel, giving us a thumbs up, liking the video here, and you can always find us on Facebook and Instagram as well. So thanks for checking us out, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.